Have you ever wondered if one of the greatest adventure stories ever written could actually be hiding pieces of real history? What if the incredible journey of Odysseus wasn't entirely a work of imagination? What if the places, the battles, and even some of the terrifying creatures described in Homer's Odyssey were inspired by real events and discoveries that archaeologists are still uncovering today? For nearly 3,000 years, Homer's Odyssey has fascinated readers across the world. It tells the unforgettable story of Odysseus, the clever king of Ithaca, who spends 10 long years trying to return home after the Trojan War. Along the way, he faces giant monsters, dangerous sea creatures, mysterious islands, powerful gods, and impossible challenges. To many people, these adventures sound like pure fantasy. But the deeper historians and archaeologists dig into the ancient world, the more surprising connections they discover between myth and reality. Long before books existed, these stories were passed down through generations by traveling storytellers. They memorized thousands of lines and performed them before kings and ordinary people. Every generation added small details, making the stories richer while preserving memories of real places and real events from the ancient Mediterranean world. One of the biggest questions surrounding the Odyssey is whether Homer himself was a real person. Historians still debate this mystery today. Some believe Homer was a blind poet who lived around the 8th century BC. Others think the name Homer represents several storytellers whose works were eventually combined into the epic we know today. Regardless of who Homer truly was, his storytelling changed literature forever and created one of history's greatest masterpieces. The journey begins after the legendary Trojan War, another event that many people once believed was completely fictional. For centuries, scholars argued that Troy never existed. Then, in the 19th century, German archaeologist Heinrich Schliemann began excavating a hill in modern-day Turkey. What he found shocked the world. Beneath layers of earth were the remains of several ancient cities, built one on top of another. One of these cities had been destroyed during the Late Bronze Age, roughly matching the traditional time of the Trojan War, although archaeologists cannot prove that every event described by Homer actually happened. There is now strong evidence that a wealthy city called Troy really existed and that it experienced violent destruction thousands of years ago. This discovery transformed the way historians viewed Greek mythology. Instead of dismissing every legend as fiction, researchers began asking a new question. How much history is hidden inside these ancient stories? Another fascinating mystery concerns Odysseus himself. Did a real king inspire this legendary hero? Unfortunately, no inscription or document has ever confirmed the existence of a ruler named Odysseus. However, the island of Ithaca is very real. Archaeologists have uncovered impressive Bronze Age settlements, stone buildings, roads, and evidence of powerful communities that lived there during the same period in which the Odyssey is believed to take place. Even though no palace can be identified with certainty as Odysseus' home, these discoveries suggest that rulers similar to him almost certainly governed islands throughout ancient Greece. Perhaps the most exciting part of the Odyssey is its collection of unforgettable monsters. But what if these creatures were inspired by real natural phenomena? Take the Cyclops, for example. Many scientists believe this legend may have originated from the skulls of prehistoric dwarf elephants discovered on Mediterranean islands. These skulls contain a large opening in the center where the trunk once connected. To ancient people unfamiliar with elephants, the skull could easily appear to belong to a giant one-eyed creature. Then there are the sirens, whose beautiful songs lured sailors toward death. Some historians believe they symbolize dangerous rocky coastlines where countless ships crashed. Sailors may have blamed mysterious voices carried by the wind, rather than realizing they were approaching hidden reefs. Scylla and Charybdis are another famous example. These terrifying sea monsters closely resemble the dangerous currents and whirlpools found in the Strait of Messina between Italy and Sicily. Even modern ships treat these waters with respect, making it easy to imagine how ancient sailors transformed these deadly hazards into legendary monsters. The floating island of Aeolus, master of the winds, may have been inspired by volcanic islands where smoke constantly rose into the sky. Without scientific knowledge, such places would have seemed magical and controlled by supernatural powers. The ancient Mediterranean itself was both beautiful and dangerous. Bronze Age sailors travelled remarkable distances, using only stars, coastlines, experience, and changing winds to guide them. A sudden storm could push a small wooden ship hundreds of kilometers away from its destination. Food and fresh water could run out quickly. Pirates threatened every voyage. Many sailors disappeared forever. When viewed through this historical lens, Odysseus's long and difficult journey suddenly feels much more believable. Instead of one continuous adventure, it may represent the combined experiences of countless sailors who spent years crossing unpredictable seas. Modern archaeology continues to reveal astonishing discoveries. Shipwrecks resting beneath the Mediterranean preserve cargo exactly as it was loaded thousands of years ago. Royal tombs contain magnificent weapons, jewelry, and ceremonial objects. Massive stone fortresses demonstrate the engineering skills of Bronze Age civilizations. Clay tablets written in an ancient script reveal details about governments, trade, agriculture, and military organization. Each discovery brings us a little closer to understanding the world that inspired Homer's stories. While archaeology cannot prove that gods intervened in human affairs or that monsters truly existed, it consistently confirms that the civilizations described in Greek epics were real, sophisticated, and far more advanced than many people once imagined. The greatest power of the Odyssey is not simply its adventure. At its heart, it tells a deeply human story. Odysseus experiences fear, loneliness, hope, determination, temptation, and loss. He makes mistakes, learns difficult lessons, and refuses to abandon his dream of returning home. These emotions remain just as meaningful today as they were nearly 3,000 years ago. Perhaps that is why the Odyssey has survived for so long. Every generation finds something new within its pages. Some see an exciting adventure. Others see a historical puzzle waiting to be solved. Archaeologists search for physical evidence. Historians compare ancient records. Readers simply enjoy one of the greatest stories ever told. The truth may never be fully known. We may never discover whether Odysseus was one man, many heroes combined into one legend, or entirely fictional. Yet every excavation, every ancient ruin, and every newly translated inscription reminds us that mythology and history are often much closer than we imagine. The Odyssey stands at the fascinating crossroads where imagination meets reality. It reminds us that behind every great legend, there may be a forgotten memory of the past waiting to be rediscovered. If you enjoyed this journey into the real history and archaeology behind Homer's Odyssey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing documentaries about history, mythology, archaeology, and ancient civilizations. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.